And here we are. I think we are live. And yes, we are. Okay. So, is it laggy? It might be. Let me just stop the recording on OBS. Is it gonna be better? Yeah, that's better. So I guess there will be no recording then. At least I'm gonna record some good audio. All right, enough looking at my face on the teleprompter. So welcome everybody who's watching the stream. This is gonna be my first time streaming what I do. So yeah, let's get into it. Let me get the microphone a little bit closer. And let's start. So, what we are going to be doing today, I was thinking about making a URL shortener for a very, very long time. You know those ones, such as bit.ly. So, yeah, you can paste a URL here, such as google.com, and it will ask for an account now. Okay, that's new. Of course, I'm not logging in there. I am making my own. Oh, wait, that's the wrong camera. That's the right camera. All right, so if I'm looking here, I'm using this camera. If I'm looking here, I'm using this camera. Okay, first time. Anyway, so yeah, that is what I am going to be making, a URL shortener. Now, it will be a little bit more advanced than just a simple URL shortener, because I just recently got my affiliates for Amazon and B&H, and there is this website called Genius Link. It's also a URL shortener, but it also tracks the clicks and links people to different, yeah, it links, sorry. Let me just put this on, do not disturb. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so Genius Link. What does Genius Link do? So it is URL shortener, but it also redirects people to Amazon or B&H or different sites depending on their preferences. Therefore, it allows to convert clicks a lot better than just providing a single source. So that is also what my URL shortener is going to do. It is also going to act as my affiliate link thingy. So yeah, that is what I am going to do. And I am gonna be doing that with Java, because Java is the best programming language in the world. Fight me on that one. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. So first things, let me just open my IntelliJ IDEA Community Edition, because I'm going to use something that you can use yourself. I, of course, have an ultimate version, but that's on my work laptop and not on this computer. So this will remain here. Yeah, I was doing something here. Let's just start a new project. File. New. Project. And that is gonna be Java. Oh, and I have 17 or 21. Of course, I'm gonna choose 21 because that is the newest LTS project. Cerritos codes, that is fine. And we gonna name this Cerritos Link. That's gonna be named Cerritos Link. Gradle, because Gradle is much better than frickin' Maven. Again, fight me on that one. Groovy and generate sample code. Okay, let's go and create the project. This window, yes please. Model JDK is not defined. Let's set up a JDK 21 and run. Did it run? Executing. Yep, it did run. Okay, so the project is almost set up. Now I just need to import Spring thingies, Spring dependencies. So let me just go to build Gradle and do this by hand because I like doing things like this by hand. Let's go back into the browser. Spring Boot Starter. Yeah, Spring Initializer. That's the one. 341. That is good. Gradle Groovy. Group is gonna be. Yeah, I don't even need to set these ones because I only want these for dependencies. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna use web. Spring Web. Docker Compose support. Ooh, that's new. Lombok. What else do we want? Groovy templates, blah blah. Spring security, but that's gonna come later. I'm gonna add that by hand. OAuth, no. JDBC. Yeah, we do need that one. Spring. Yep. Flyaway migrations, that is also coming later. Validation. Sure. I'm just doing these from the top of my head. Well, let's just generate, or no, actually explore. Yeah, there we go. We need these ones. Then group. Okay, so I want this one to be codes.readus because that is my domain. What else do we got? Java, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's just copy all of those here and let's try and refresh. Okay, so it is importing. And it's imported. Okay, so the main is gonna go to let's see the demo application. It needs an annotation and it needs a Spring application run. It's called a demo application. We gonna name this one read this link application. Whoop, 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 whoop. Spring Boot application. Import these ones. And let's try and run this one. And that failed with non-zero value. Of course. Now, what could be wrong with this one? Also, I need to rename this package to codes editus. Read this link. I'm just gonna call this. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Don't need the org. And for some reason, it does not want to run. I wonder why. I wonder why. Yeah, so I guess these streams are just some sort of debugging streams. This does not give any information whatsoever. Finish with non-zero value. Is it because I don't have a 21 Java? Is that it? Nope, there is a Java on my computer. Let's maybe try and edit the, what am I trying to do? Let's try and see the project settings. I'm looking for runtime. Was it here? Maybe it's not even here. Maybe it's... Yeah, there we go. Project structure. That was what I was looking for. Oh, and yeah, I see that we have some viewers coming in. So welcome, welcome. Say hello to the chat. If I just want to see if this restream thingy works. So say hi. Okay. And to all of you who are coming here, we are programming a URL shortener, but I guess that's in the title, so you already know that. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download a new JDK right here, and I'm going to use, which one is the best? Eclipse Tamarin, a Arch 64. And we're going to place that here. Yeah, because I think this one was already... This was using one on my computer. Or was it? I don't know. Anyway, let's continue. We'll allow it to index at the bottom. Oh, you don't see that. Yeah, my face was hiding that. Okay, yeah, the project is still not going to run, probably. Okay. Yeah, not a good look. Not a good look. So it's actually saying current file. What if I run it from here? Maybe that was the problem. Maybe just, nope. Okay, you know what? Screw this shit. I'm not gonna do this manually. I'm just gonna go to Spring Initializer and I'm gonna initialize this as God intended. So codes, readers, artifact, link, description, blah, 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 URL, shortener on steroids. I want jar 21, Gradle, Bradle, blah, 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 add dependencies, Lombok, of course we want that, Spring Web, Ooh, Thime leaf, we also want that. That's the templating engine. Security is coming later, and we want a JDBC database. Let's generate that. Okay, let me just unzip that. Sorry, I'm not showing the screen. I just want to move those folders here so I can do it off screen. There's nothing that you should worry about here. Okay, go to projects, editors codes. Let's just shut off IntelliJ. Let's delete this abomination that I have started. And let's paste this one. Let's rename that to editors link. And let me try and open the project. Projects. Codes. Nope. Editors codes. That's the one. Editors link. Open. It is importing things. You can see right here at the bottom right. Yeah, my face is not hiding that at the moment. It's gonna take a while. And it imported. Okay. Let's try and see if this one launches. Boop, 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 boop. Come on, please work. Please work. Huh. Could not find or load main class. At least these errors are now informative. Class not found exception. Why? Why? Why is it under code? Did I enter that? Yep, I did. Yes, I did. And because I deleted the project and like overwritten that one, it's probably picking it up from last time. No worries. Let's fix that. Please work now. Again. Not found. What the hell? For fuck's sake. Ah, well, that's how my first stream goes. I can't even launch the project. Welcome to programming. I am getting too old for this crap. I'll probably just start Googling things. I just probably will. Build Gradle, build Gradle. Yeah, group. We need to change that. Still no dice. Configure plugins. Yes, I do want Lombok. Why is it not installed? Because I'm not using this computer that much. And let's maybe delete the configuration because it might have kept it from the last time. And let's try again. If at least it would give me some sort of better error that I can understand. Run with stack trace. Let's try that. Gradle API caused by... Yeah, but why? Why? I think it's a Gradle sort of thing. That's why it's not launching. What is our wrapper version? Of course, this comes from Spring Boot Starter, so that... I mean, Spring Initializer, so that shouldn't be a problem, but it sometimes is. Like this codes. This link. Okay. Gradle wrapper version 8.11. What is the newest version at the time? Gradle version 8.12. Is that gonna help? Probably not. The last version is from 8 days ago, actually. So, well, how do we upgrade? Gradle wrapper version upgrade. Gradle version. What was it? 8. 8.12. Nope. Blah de blah de blah de blah. Gradle. Ah, okay, I see. Gradle, and the command is wrapper. There we go. Of course, this solves nothing. Let it download. Hey! No, it's still trying to run it. It's importing it. Oh, hey, Hey, I see some comments in the chat. Check the launcher, settings, Gradle. Yeah, settings, Gradle. Gradle home, build and test using Gradle with a wrapper. That is what I want. Fuck's sake. Can it at least build a jar? If it can build a jar, yes it can. Can I launch the jar through command line? Where is it? Is it in build generated? No, build libs. Yeah, there we go. Let's try to go to build libs Java jar link. There we go. Okay, stupid me. So now I wonder if the application cannot launch because of this, or because of integration with IntelliJ. Because again, this is a community version, but it's a start. It's a start. So yeah, if you don't know where to go, just try using the terminal. And yeah, this already gives me some hints. So what I want to do is I want to remove as many dependencies as possible, namely JDBC, because that one is giving me an error. I've rebuilt the jar, and what the hell is even that one? Whoa. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, finally. Okay, so we got the application launched on 8080 through jar. So Gradle works. Let's quit that and let's try and delete this one again. Application run. Yes. Yes. Whew. Okay, so 30 minutes in, I launched the project. Usually this takes around 3 minutes, but it's my first stream, so there you go. By the way, welcome to all the viewers. I didn't expect to have that many, so thank you, thank you. Say hello in the chat. I have you right on my teleprompter. Let me take a sip. And let's continue. All right. All right. So the application is running and we have terminal here, and let's try and go in and do localhost 8080 to see our beautiful error page. That is good because that is a Spring error page, and that's what I want to see. So let me just put this on another screen so that I have this on hand always. And I will be bringing this in from time to time. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. This Arc browser sometimes sucks. Okay. So we don't need this one, we don't need this one, and we don't need this one. Okay, so what we need first is an index page. And how do we do that? Let's try and create a directory in resources. Let's name that templates. I think that's how it goes. And then if we do index HTML, of course I don't remember how time leaf template example. Yeah, after 15 years of programming, what you learn is that you gotta Google things. Bloody, 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 blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's not interesting. Spring Boot thime leaf example. Blah, 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 blah. Introducing. Yes, thank you. Reject, reject, reject. Is there a difference? Probably not. Yes, thime leaf dependency resolvers. Okay, that's Spring. That's not Spring Boot. Spring Boot should work. Yeah, this one is Spring Boot. It should work right out of the box. Yeah. Where's the full template? Jesus Christ. Thime leaf. Oh, people still use XML in this day and age. They should get their hands chopped off. Yeah. Where is the... Where's the rest? Where's the head? Where's the body? Head. Not T-head. Okay. Time to call in the big guns. Let's do ChatGPT. Spring Boot. A thime leaf template example. And I know that I'm doing this off screen, but there are some things on my ChatGPT. Blah, 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 blah. Now it's writing dependencies. I don't care about those dependencies. Thime leaf template. Yes, thank you. So this is where ChatGPT is very, very good. Home HTML. Boom. Ta-da! Missing required lang. TH text is not allowed. Add. Nope. Fetch external resource. Okay, anyway. Now I should create a controller. We are moving somewhere. And we lost some people, but that's okay. Let's just call it root controller. I cannot think of anything better. It's going to be a controller. That's going to return index. Let's build this one. And nope. Wait, yeah, it actually worked. The page is blank. We are not seeing an error. And we are not seeing anything because we don't have a hello world. Yeah, there we go. That works. Okay, so we have the first page. Now let's try and connect that damn database. So what do we need for the database? We need Docker, and fortunately I have that running. Oh, it's actually also running my Mosquito server. That is nice. Anyway, so I do want to run my database on a Docker container. And for that, I always use a Docker compose YAML. Install Docker plugin. I don't need that one. Now let's do Docker compose MySQL. And yes, I use MySQL. If it's good enough for a bank and Facebook, it's good enough for my little project. Also, I just hate Mongo because you cannot sort the columns when you add new ones. Blah, 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 blah. Media. Yeah, that's an old article. Forget about it. Blah, 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 blah. Don't they have like the original, like the official documentation? Anyway, it's gonna be fine. There we go. That's what I am looking for. We don't need the version anymore. Two spaces. These are killing me. Two space indents are the worst. Hate them. Hate them, hate them, hate them. What's the shortcut to reformat? Command Alt L. There we go. Okay, my eyes have stopped bleeding. We can continue. Test containers for the database we got in the chat. Yeah, we are going to use test containers soon. I'm not doing TDD right now because yeah, that's gonna take a long time. I don't think that's very interesting to watch. So let's just yeah, let's just get back to it. I'm gonna go to test containers. Don't worry about that. What is this? MySQL 8 database is gonna be. Are we allowed dashes? I think we are. Root password is gonna be test. No, it's gonna be password. That will work. And volumes. I don't think we need that one. Actually, I used to have a Spring Boot starter thingy on my GitHub. So let me just check that. Do I have Docker Compose? Yes. Ah, there we go. There we go. That's more familiar. Yay. Okay, container name. Latest link database. Example. Just gonna call this latest link, and my SQL user is gonna be latest link user. Okay, let's do a Docker Compose up. The database is starting up. And we have a database on 3306. Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna stop that right now, and I'm gonna do a detached version. And now I just realized that the community version does not have the convenient database tool. So for that, I'm gonna need MySQL Workbench. And I already have that because I was setting up a server for my friend. Perfect. Perfect. If you don't have that one, you can just download it yourself. Yeah. Let's add a new connection. Connection name, Redis link local. That is going to be local. User was Redis link user. And that's going to be the password. Default schema is Redis link, test connection. Success. Great success. Okay, so this is running a little bit more smoothly right now. Yeah, let me put that aside. And let me figure out what we're doing next. So we need to get that database connection going. And we do that. Oh, by the way, .properties files, these suck. Do YAML. YAML is the best. I'll just reformat that one. Application. Can we do camel case here? Maybe we can. I don't know. Okay. Ooh, try IntelliJ ID Ultimate. Yeah, I do have a license for that on my company computer. Not this one. Okay, so let's bring in the JDBC dependency. Let's reload that. And we need some configuration. And I did have a configuration template somewhere. Resources, application YAML. Yeah, sorry, I'm doing this off screen again. Yeah, just so this goes a little bit more smoothly. We got Spring data source. Oh, and it's not even giving me the auto completion. Yikes. Yeah, this is gonna be a long night. Yeah, let me just copy the URL here, localhost, This is gonna be this link. Username, this link user, password, that is very secret. Initialization mode, always. I don't think we need to specify GPA dialect anymore, but what we need is this hibernate BDL auto, and we're gonna do a, what was it, update or create, and also open in view. That is gonna be false. So I think this one avoids propagation of the entities if you accidentally try and load entities with relationships. I think that's what it does. Yeah, we also need some Jackson configuration. Right, dates as timestamps, false, time zone UTC. And if I did everything correctly, this should work, but it doesn't. And it doesn't work because, am I running? Yes, we are running the database. Failed to load driver. Ooh. Yeah, I need a MySQL connector for this one. So Spring Boot MySQL connector. Where are those dependencies? Connector. Nope. Good thing about this is that if you set it up, you only need to set it up once and then you have a template, so don't mind me. Oh, hello, hello. We have more viewers. Welcome, welcome. Say hello in the chat. We are writing a URL shortener, and I am going very, very slow. Slower than usual. The perks of being a tech lead is that you can tell other people what to do, and you don't need to do it yourself. Unless you're streaming, of course. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, where's the example? Pre-initialized project. Nope, not this one. Ah, I hate when they hijack the back button. Repository. There we go. There we go. Complete. Gradle. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Okay, let me just sort these ones a little bit better. Connector J. Let's try again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Great success. It does not reference Hickory, but I think that it has launched. Yeah, that is awesome. Okay, so let's check out how the database works and let's create a small entity. Something entity. And we have getter, setter. I think my mistake was actually including JDBC and not JPA. Spring Boot Starter JPA. Spring Boot Starter Data JPA. That's how it's called. Hey, what's up? Macarenata. Sup? I am glad you joined. Okay, do we have an entity now? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And table name is gonna be something. Something entity. Let's do ID. Jakarta persistence. generated value. Why am I not getting anything? Strategy is identity. And just for good measure, let me do a name, whatever. Now, if I did everything correctly, it should create the something table in the database and database driver. Okay, so Hickory is complaining about something. But is that gonna stop us? I don't know. Let's check the workbench. We are connected. Okay, so how does one use this tool? Schemas, tables, something. Columns. Success. This works. Okay. So almost an hour in and we have a database connection. So I am not going to use migrations just yet because I don't want to be bogged down by them. So let's just allow this to create those entities as it pleases. Okay, so let's go back to the main task at hand. I think we have all the required components right now. So let's try and think about the database structure. So what was that one? Excalidraw. Okay, so the first thing that I want is going to be a link or a URL, or maybe let's just call this one a resource, because it's not going to be only URLs. As I said, this is also going to be a what you call it, an affiliate referral site. So yeah, resource is a very generic name. And actually, that's probably, oh yeah, I also want click tracking. So we want some clicks that are gonna point to a resource. And I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah, I know, very, very complex. I think it's easier just to write code rather than try and think of how I'm gonna make this one. Okay, entity. Let's do a let's make a resource entity, getter and setter, and I am not using data because I don't like that annotation. Table name resources. Hope that's not a restricted keyword. Yeah, I mean, auto increment IDs are fine. Strategy, identity. So what is this going to have? This is going to have an original URL. And this is also going to have the shortened URL, but how do I want to name that? Do I want to name it a shortened URL or something else? Short URL, that's what I'm gonna name it. I also want some validations on top of that one, so let me just bring in Spring Boot Starter validation. Good. Okay, so this one is actually not blank. And the original URL could be blank because I'm gonna have multiple types. Okay, try JPA buddy extension. It will suggest you to add ID when you annotate a class with entity. I've tried JPA buddy when it came out. I didn't particularly liked it, but I guess that was like 3 years ago or something. So I guess I could. Is it free? I think it was, it had like a paid version or something. JPA buddy, 5 million installs. That's, oh, it's an official plugin, huh? I don't think that it was an official plugin back in the day. Or I could be wrong. Restart IDE. Yeah, I guess I'm working with entities, so yeah, restart. Terminate. It's gonna be fast. And we are back. We are back. JPA Designer. Okay, it's free. Okay, it's a free plugin. Okay, so I guess things changed in the past 3 or so years. Cool. Cool. So how do I? Yeah, I'll have to learn that at some other point. You know, I'm more of a type everything by hand guy. I rarely even use like copy and paste. So yeah, try and annotate class with entity and we'll see the difference. Okay, let's try that, I suppose. Resource entity, entity, add ID attribute. Yeah, but I think this is probably from the ultimate version. The ultimate version always tells me to add ID. Okay. I see what this is doing. So it's actually opening this dialog right here. Which is going to be identity, mandatory, mutable, JWC go. Okay, yeah, okay. That is pretty cool, I gotta say. Do we do n and entity attribute? What did I say? I wanted type string. Nope. Okay. Anyway, I'm just gonna string. Yeah, I'm just gonna name this type or resource type. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so this is gonna be my resource. Yeah, and for now, that is going to be enough. Let's try and launch the application. And it's running. Of course, my face is blocking that, but it's working. Let's bring in the MySQL workbench. Refresh all. Yeah. Resource entity. Right. Right. That's because I named it entity and not like this. Resources is going to be the table name. So I like naming all my entities because entity is not really a business model. It's more of a technical thing. Yeah, that's why I need to annotate it like this. But it works, and that's all I care about. So, let me go to the bathroom for a minute here, and I'm gonna be back, and we're gonna start building the interface. And we are gonna start building the interface with the help of AI, probably, because I am not a front-end engineer, and I really, really hate front-end and JavaScript, but it is what it is. So we're gonna be writing some HTML, some thime leaf HTML. Yeah, I'm gonna be using ChatGPT to help me create something with what's it called? Tailwind. Yeah, I like the utility of Tailwind. I have used it for 5 minutes and I really liked it. So be right back. Give me a minute. And we are back. Let's see. I don't know how this refreshes, but we haven't lost any people. Good, 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 good. Thank you for staying. Let's go and let's do some UI. Actually, while I was having a pee, I thought that I'm not gonna be bringing anything beautiful just yet. It's just gonna be functional without any CSS. Or actually, what does adding a Tailwind library entail? Is that's just a tag, right? So I can just add it's like an external dependency and just have the whole thing. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I think this is gonna make for a more interesting stream. So yeah, let's get back to the code and templates index. Okay, Tailwind CSS installation. Oh, npm. Oh, node. I fucking hate him. CDN. That's more like it. I'm old school like that. We need scripts and the placing into your HTML. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's add that to the head. index. Chink. Hello world. Okay, let's try and add this one to my hello world. Actually, let me just delete those example thingies. Underline, blah, blah, blah. And then we need... Oh, this is just theme extensions. Try your own config. Add some custom CSS. I have some... Yeah, I think we should be set. There we go. It works. So we have Tailwind. That's it for Tailwind. Yeah, now let me think what I want from my page. So URL shorteners. If we go to bit.ly, it just has this example link that I can paste right here. So I will need a field and I will need a button. That's all that I will need. And let me do right now. Edit this link. We're gonna call this one, and we need a form that's gonna have an input of type. It does allow type URL. I might change that later. Name URL. And then let's add a button type submit. Shorten. Okay, so it did create a field there. Perfect. Now I need to style this one, and that is where ChatGPT comes in. Can I? Oh yeah, I can close the sidebar, and I can bring in the GPTs for you. So, how does one use a GPT? Create a Tailwind CSS page with a large text field in the center and a similar sized button to the right of it. Let's start with that. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so we need some classes on the body. We need, let's just copy those. Text field, yada, yada, yada. And yeah, it also needs a div. And enter text here. The type was URL. Actually, let me just, before I go ahead and change everything, let me see if I even like this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a start. That's a start. Now I want that title to be at the top. This is something that I added. Okay, So, Mr. GPT, oh, hello. Yeah, Mr. GPT, let me now add a large title at like above the text field. Ooh. I like how they made this one. It's yeah, it's a lot better for coding now. Maybe I will buy some GPTs for myself. H1. Okay, so that's what changed. We have a centered div. And then we have needs some classes. Does it work? Hello from Tunisia. Hello, hello. Hello from Lithuania. Okay. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, so we still have some GPT credits. So let's do... Actually, I want the button to be a little bit smaller. But let me check. Maybe I can just do it myself. W. What is a W? W is the size. That's probably the width. So let me just do Tailwind CSS W width. Oh yeah, so that is in pixels, fixed width. So I want the button to be like W40, not to be confused with WD40. Yeah, yeah. That can work. I mean, it looks like Bitly almost, minus the ads and all the fluff. Yeah, let's just do placeholder is gonna be enter URL to shorten. Oh, also I'm gonna ask GPT to include like a little no, okay, forget about it. Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go with this one. So now we need a Spring controller which can digest this form here. So what we're gonna do is we are going to create a new package. Let's call it controller and let's put that one shortener controller. That could be good. Controller. Let me think. Yeah. Post mapping. Yeah, post mapping. This is gonna be /shorten. Shorten URL. And we're gonna receive a request attribute. I think this is from the body, right? Because request body and request attribute method parameter to request attribute. Okay, request attribute. I think I called it URL. Let's just log that one. Log info URL. We're just gonna return the index view again, just to be fast. Fast iterations are important. TH action is, how does one do? You don't realize how good IntelliJ Ultimate is until you go back to community and they don't give any suggestions. Unless somebody from the chat knows how to fix this, I want some suggestions for Thymeleaf. Is that an ultimate thing, or can this also be had on the community? Let me know if you know. But until then, Thymeleaf form action example. TH action, yeah, that was the sequence that I was looking for. Just with me, that is shorten. And if we go, actually, let's just call this shorten controller, so that matches this one. Just post in Thymeleaf. No, I think what you're referring to is method. It's method post. I was looking for the action, basically the URL where it goes. Okay, so this should probably already work, I would think. Okay, so this is a type URL, so it needs to be URL. No, that's not correct. It's redirected me to question mark. Let's inspect the form and see what kind of form this is. Gee, this is too small for me. What did it resolve to? Shorten. That's okay. That's a shorten action. So the form is correct. Okay, let's try and do inspect element again and see what network is sending. HTTP est.com. Oh, that's a new one. Things just sometimes happen. Bad request. Bad request. Why is it bad? Why is it bad? We did post request headers. Okay, this warrants a little bit of investigation. So it's... Is it because... Okay, required true by default. I think it's just something in the... Oh! Silly me, I pasted this from GPTs and now it does not have a name. Actually, I don't really like this styling URL. Placeholder name is URL. Yeah, this also looks horrible. We're not saving any lines here. Now it should be better. So the application has restarted. Let's submit it. And we're still getting... Yeah, so as you can see, if I move my face, missing request attribute URL of type string. So let's debug if it's there. Or do I have to do some sort of crazy binding? Oh, again, silly me. I did not reload the page. Therefore, this form did not have the name yet. But now I have reloaded it and yeah, still URL encoded. Yeah, it's still not binding for some reason. Let me try and think why. Yeah, I think that's web request parameter. Maybe it's this one? Again, I don't do MVC that often, or at all, actually. Great success. Yep, so it logs the URL. Great, so this means that we are actually getting what we need right here. And what we need to do right now is just write a shortener service. Yeah, and this is gonna get fun pretty quick. I don't really like naming packages service, but this is a very, very simple service. So, short URL generator, I'm gonna call this one. Ooh, and this is actually a perfect place to unit test this one. Or maybe not, I don't know. You should unit test, but I won't in this case. Right, URL generator. Let's tag this as service. Let's document this one because documentation is good. Generates short URL strings. It's not going to be a URL. It's just going to be like a short code. Generate short code. That's how I should call that. We could also use like the original URL as a seed argument, but I'm gonna just gonna make this very, very simple. Internet to the help. Java generate random string. Random string utils. Do I want another library for this one? No. We can always change that later. Let's just make this pretty quick. UUID. Yeah, the reason why I'm not doing UUID, yeah, if somebody on the chat says UUID. The reason why I'm not doing UUID, you know, UUIDs are kind of long. And when you shorten a URL, it's usually like bit.ly/ and then it's like 5, 6, maybe 8 characters. Same thing with YouTube actually. So if we open like any random video, right? Primogen. So this is what I'm looking for. Is this very, very short URL that can be typed by hand and looks beautiful. And UUID, as much as I love UUIDs, they are not very pretty. So yeah, I'm just gonna paste this one. Doesn't need to be secure random, and I'm gonna see. I'm just gonna use this one. It's not a solid string. Actually, it's just a single method. Let's just put this one here. Let's not name this salt. Let's name this result. Let's make this do you want public or static? Public static final string. I am going to use short code length. How many characters do I want? 8 tops, right? Oh, that's string int. It's gonna be short code length here, and I'm gonna rename this one short code generator. And let's see how it works. How does one test that? Let's put a test string in my root controller. Let's required args constructor private final short code generator log info code is generator generate short code. Could this be faster with unit tests? Probably. Let me refresh the page off screen. Oh, yeah. There we go. Come on. It's not logging my generated code, or is it? Code. Nope. That's interesting. Ah, okay. I think I know what's going on. So this does not have a request mapping. And it was actually just rendering index without any controller just because it's named index. Talk about naming conventions. Refresh off screen and we are getting the code. Refresh again. Let me move my face. So yeah, this is what I was looking for. I'm looking for these sorts of short codes. And I keep refreshing the page and I keep getting these things. I think that 8 symbols is very human readable. It's short enough. And since I'm going to be the only one using this application, honestly, 6 symbols are probably also going to be, would have been enough. So yeah, and hey, I see the viewer counter is increasing, so welcome, welcome. We are doing a URL shortener with Spring Boot. Struggling a little bit, an hour and a half in. We are generating codes, and now we are going to connect the pieces that we've made right now. And we're going to actually write something to the database. So I'm going to create a service called short URL shortener service. I don't really like naming something service, but you can always come up with a better name later and just refactor that. Yeah, and what this is going to output is going to output a resource entity that we've made previously. Now, the method is going to be shorten, and it's going to receive original URL. We're gonna bring in our previously made shortcode generator. And we are going to create that resource entity. And actually, what I want on this is I also want a builder, because builders rule. Entity resource entity builder. ID is going to be generated. Type, actually, let me change that one to enum. And that is going to have, what's it called? The enumerated, and that's going to be string. I hate when it defaults to int. Yep. There we go. Type is going to be URL by default. Original URL is the one that has been passed here. I probably want some validation that it's really a URL. Again, I am going to be the only one using this service, and I'm going to put everything behind security, so I am not really worried about sanitizing those inputs right now. Yeah, okay, let's continue, and short URL is going to be short code generator, yada, 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 this one. For that entity, I need a repository. This is, of course, very horrible factoring, but while the service is small, it is okay-ish. Resource repository. This is going to be it's going to be a repository. Extends JPA repository for resource entity long. For now, that's going to be it. And we're going to return save entity, and that's going to be persisted. And now our shorten controller can import our URL shortener service. Okay, so this info shortening URL. Logging is fine, is good. URL shortener is going to shorten the URL. And that's going to have a resource. Now I should probably display the thingy that was shortened. So in the index that I am using, I am going to place a result below. Flex item center. Okay, actually, since I was doing this with GPT, I should continue doing this with GPT. Now, or should I replace the? Let's not make it very difficult. Now add a text box, not a text box. No, add success text below the field. I wonder how it's going to interpret the success text. Text green, blah, blah, blah. Your submission was successful. I guess that could work for now. And this is going to have a th if. And we're going to call this one short URL. And this is also going to have a th text as short URL. And we're gonna push that out to model. When it is shortened, model dot add attribute short URL, and that is going to have resource get short URL, but that is gonna include only the code. So I will want a prefixer for that. But before that, let's just try this out and see if it works. Small iterations, small iterations. URL to shorten. Let's do youtube.com/readthiscodes. Ooh, hell, that is funky. Gopfi, Zgopfi. Let's see if Zgopfi is in the database. Let's refresh. Resources. Select rows. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So we almost have a working URL shortener. Cool. So yeah. Another thing that URL shorteners do is they resolve those short codes. So we're gonna make a code resolver. I'm gonna place it under root controller. We can always refactor this later. This is gonna be get mapping. And I'm gonna call this short code. And this is gonna be called resolve. And it's gonna have a request param. String short code. Now we need to create a resolver service. Resource resolver. I'm gonna call this one. It's gonna be a service. It's gonna have some required args, and it's gonna have resource repository. What are we looking for? Resource entity. Optional, of course. Resolve short code. Short code. And in the repository, we're gonna do a optional resource entity find by what's it called? Short URL. Find by short URL. I should probably rename that to be more consistent. But what can you do? Oh, and string short URL. So let's go back here. Resource repository. Find by short URL, short code. And I can just return this one. Or, actually, let's drop the optional. Or else throw, and we're gonna make an exception for that one. Exception. Code not found exception extends. Blah, blah, blah. That's just a runtime exception. Let's say which code was not found, and for exceptions I just like explicit constructors, none of that Lombok crap. Or else throw code not found exception new. Cannot do that because we need to put what was passed in there. Resolve shortcode, and I think I will be almost done with the resolver. Resource resolver, resolve shortcode, and if the resource is found, we are going to, how do we do redirects in Spring? Spring MVC redirect to URL. It's a redirect view, actually. Instead of string, it's going to be a redirect view. Return new redirect view. And that's going to be resource get original URL. Does it allow to change types? Like 302 redirect, 301 redirect? I don't know. Anyway. Let's launch and see. So previously, we had this Zigapfi as our shortened URL. So if I just place that into the address bar, we should be... bad request. Why? Why? Request parameter. Oh. It's not a request param. It's no, it's not a query param. Response status not found for that exception. Oh yeah. That is a good idea. Thank you. I'm just gonna do exactly that so I don't forget. Where was my exception? There we go. What was it? Response status not found. Perfecto. We're gonna make a custom error page for that soon. Path param. Thanks. Thank you. Wait, that's from other package. Path variable, actually. But yeah, thanks for getting me on track. Let's try that. And 500. Now that's a new one. Ooh, gee. Hibernate. No default constructor for entity. Yes, that is true. That is so true because resource entity has a getter, setter, builder, but it doesn't have a no args constructor. Well, I guess at this point we could just get it to data, but no args constructor. Yes, args constructor. Because the builder uses that. And there we go. So, yeah, we had made a working URL shortener on stream. It's getting quite late, but thanks for hanging out with me. This actually went a lot better than I expected. 5 viewers. That's awesome. Thanks for being active in the chat. It was great. It was great, actually. So I might do this type of stream someday soon. I don't know if that's going to be tomorrow or if that's going to be after New Year's, but I really need to finish this shortener. I'm going to make it more beautiful. This is probably going to be a longer project. It should be done in about 10-ish streams, maybe. I don't know. I'm very bad at predicting, as every person is. So yeah, any last messages you wanna write to the chat? I'm gonna take a sip. Whoop, wrong mug. I got this from Aperture Laboratories. Portal. Ooh. I used to lecture programming. I forgot how dry the mouth gets after speaking for 2 hours. Oh, or let me think. Do I want to continue something today? Can we finish something? What else does a URL shortener need? Oh, I know. Don't run just yet. I might have like 30 more minutes for this one. Let's do a list of resources. No pagination yet, but since we've created them, let's display them. Shall we? Okay. So yeah, let's continue where we left off. So we need a resource list controller. That's gonna be a controller required args request mapping. This is gonna be under list get mapping string list resources, and this is going to return a new page. Yeah, let's just call it list. Let's not overcomplicate this yet. Oops. List HTML. It's asking to refactor. No, don't do that. I hate save delete. list HTML. Not gonna bother with any like base templates or whatever. I'm just gonna copy what I have. Actually, readers link URL shortener resource list. Let's ask GPTs to create a new thing. Okay, create a Tailwind CSS. No, let me just make a nice table of how many columns do we want? 4 columns in Tailwind CSS. It needs to be centered in the page. Also adds a add pagination controls at the bottom. Boom. Simple. I'm a skeptic when it comes to AI stuff, but it's great for exactly this. Are we good to go? Resource list controller, list, get mapping, returns everything. And list. It's not the prettiest table I've seen, but it works, I guess. Has pagination, right? Okay, resource list. Okay, so first column is gonna be, of course, ID. Second column is gonna be short. This is actually short code, and this one is gonna be original URL, and column 4. Yeah, I will make click tracking for this one later. So I will add some clicks there. These I don't need because I am going to iterate them with time leaf. Actually, I like it to be before class. th4, is that how you do it? Time leaf iterate list. th each. Yeah, there we go. th each. Item in resources. Text is gonna be item.id. The rest are also gonna be, like this one was called short URL, this one was called original URL, and this one is gonna be empty for now. Yeah, DH each. Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Okay, let's pass that to the model, and this is going to be very, very simple. Resource entity, nope, resource repository, rather. Resource repository. Resources, repository, find all for now. Model add attribute, resources. That should be good. Yep, that is it. That is it. Ta-da! So that was a lot faster than I expected. But yeah, I actually finished it in like 10 minutes. But now I really have to go. So again, thanks everybody for tuning in. I see we're dropping some viewers, but for the real OGs who are staying here, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please come again soon. Subscribe, read us codes on Twitch or YouTube if you haven't already. And yeah, you might get notified about my future streams. If not, there will be a VOD recorded, and I will probably not edit this one and just leave it. So thank you and goodbye.